Before we actually jump into the video, I just want to say my name's Chris, and if you haven't seen any of my videos before, basically what I do is I love baseball and softball, slow pitch softball, or fast pitch, whatever works. But basically, I have way too many baseball gloves, and so it's a huge thing I do is I just kind of like go over all the gloves I have, review them, and so if that's interesting to you at all, whether I'm talking about baseball gloves, I even do mic'd up games of slow pitch softball, which is a ton of fun. Go ahead and subscribe because, hey, why not? Okay, so I've actually tried recording this video twice already, so this is the third attempt. And the reason is because the longer I have it, the more I have to say about it. Buckler sent me this glove, and I'll even just show a quick unboxing of it just to show you what comes in the box. It looks really good so far. This is what we got. This is what it came in. Plastic bag, right? That's so cool. It's got like a little mini glove keychain. I don't know why, but I just think that's so cool. Jenny, you see this? Yeah, it's real funny. I'm gonna try to put this on our baby girl once she comes. Boom, here's just like a Buckler bag. Buckler Sport Inherent Inso. This is pretty cool. It's like cloth. I was super pumped to get it though, and it's for the right reason because it is a good glove. I do, just in case you want an immediate answer, I love the glove. It's not the best glove I've ever felt, but I'm glad that I got the chance to actually feel it because I've actually known about this company for years and I've just never bought one because, well, gloves are expensive. But the good thing about their company is they are cheap compared to other companies. So that's actually something that like caught my attention. That's why like off the bat I always wanted to buy one because they're not asking $350. This is their top of their line. It's Texas Steer Hide and they're asking $250. And so they also have kip gloves that I believe are around $180. And so similar to 44, they have a kip glove for under $200, which is really awesome. And so in that way, I do think glove companies are starting to change. Not the big companies. The big companies aren't really changing. The small companies are. I would say for a while, a lot of small companies, when it came to baseball gloves, weren't making high quality gloves, but they're getting better at it. There are more small companies than ever right now that are making high quality baseball gloves, whereas before, I don't know, just there wasn't good quality leather in small companies. A lot of companies that were smaller were using just like Mexican leather. I think it's Mexican leather. I think so. Like what 44 used to use, and it just wasn't very good. And some companies are still using that stuff, and you can just tell by the way it looks. I'll show you my old 44. This is what it looks like. And so a lot of companies look like this. And now this lacing is really bad, to be honest. The leather itself is just bad. Like this looks like a normal eyewear, but this leather, literally like a baseball fits through this hole right here very easily. Just playing casual catch, you can have one actually slide through. And so like that's a major problem. And it's because the leather just isn't very good. Now we know how 44 evolved and changed and has new leather now, and now they're an awesome company. And so with Buckler, this is high quality leather. Like I already said it, I enjoy the glove, it's awesome. Now, this glove is not perfect. There are things that I don't like about it. There are things that I'm just sort of about it. And there's things that I actually really like about it. And so what I'm gonna do is take you through a few of those things. To start, I just wanna say I am impressed by Buckler. But Buckler themselves are like actually waiting to find out what I have to say about the glove. And so they want both the positive and the negative. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be completely honest. We'll start with the positive. Positive number one is just gonna be the leather. The leather itself is high quality stuff. It's Texas Steer Hide leather. And if you don't know what that is, one, I don't necessarily know what it means by Texas, but Texas is cool, so gotta give it to them. But steer hide, that's gonna be like a Rawlings heart of the hide. A heart of the hide has steer hide leather, and so that's what this is. And now I've had other gloves that are steer hide leather that aren't Rawlings, and I've never even come close to liking them. For some reason, a lot of companies mess up steer hide leather, and I've wondered why. Now, I haven't had like every steer hide glove ever that's from another company, but I'm saying I've had a couple and I'm just not a fan. I am a fan of this. I think I like it because it is just a little bit thicker than like Kip, and I just like the feel. I do like the feel. That's positive number one. Now I'm gonna go on to a negative. A negative, I'd say the thing I noticed first would be the bulkiness of the glove. When you just look at the inside of this, it looks beautiful. It's really slim cut. A lot of smaller companies have a hard time at making it all look even, like the thumb and the pinky are even. So this is kind of a positive as I get to the negative. Beautiful on the inside. Fingers are even here. But when I turn it around, the back of the glove does feel bulky. And now I know that they go for a really comfortable glove. They want it to be comfortable on the hand, like the inside of the glove. They're doing a good job because it is comfortable. Also another positive. But I think the reason that it's bulky is because they're trying too hard to make it comfortable. I believe there's multiple different types of leathers for the inside, the palm liner, and then the outside, which is pretty normal with baseball glove companies. But whatever they're using for the outside of this fingers here, like the stuff that's kind of touching the back of your hand, I think it's just causing the glove to be really bulky on the outside. It feels really puffy back here. And so for me, not a huge fan of that. Something that might also be encouraging that is the dual welting. And so if you look at like a Wilson, which they're all dual welting, super slim fingers in back. And that's what I really like about Wilson's. It's super slim and slick gloves, whereas this feels kind of bulky. That is mainly a looks thing. I don't feel it when it's on my hand. It feels comfortable. I can't tell that it feels like in any way bad, but when I look at it, I do not like the way it looks. So that's my negative there. Positive, the glove's comfortable. I talked about that already. It is comfortable to wear. I do enjoy just having it on. It feels good. Now it is tight though. So positive, comfy, negative, pretty darn tight. I will say though, some people are gonna like that. Now I have generally small hands and it was tight on me, and you can even see I kind of got a cut on my hand while trying to break it in just because it rubs away. Now that's also kind of common when you're breaking a glove in, but the thing is if you have big hands, because I have really skinny fingers, so if you have big hands or even just average hands, it's gonna feel even tighter and it might be even harder on your hand. So for a lot of people that probably would be a negative, but I will say in some ways I think it can be worth it. If a glove is really tight on your hand, you can pretty much always break it into the point where it feels like you can get your hand in and out super easily, and then at that point it has a perfect fit for your hand. Whereas on the other side, if it's really loose on your hand, it's really hard to get a loose glove to be tight on your hand because all you can really do is tighten the wrist, and so that's not going to do you much good. In the end, I think I would rather it be tighter than loose because it's a problem you can't fix if it's loose. I will say I kind of like a loose glove anyway though, so I wouldn't complain that much. But for the average person. Another positive is just going to be the look of the glove. Now this is going to be different for every person, I guess, but for me personally, I think the glove looks phenomenal. It's an orange tan colorway with just black on it, but the big thing for me is the patch. The logo patch just looks so darn good. The stitching on the glove where it says Buckler is beautiful. The black laces looks awesome. It just pops. And I'll show you that inside of the palm there. That logo is pretty cool. It says Fame of a Pro. And what's actually funny, on the shield there, that little logo looks a heck of a lot like something from Zelda, which my brother pointed out, which is kind of funny. So maybe that's where they found it. I don't know. Now to a negative. The laces on the glove. I'm not a huge fan of the laces because they're pretty thin. For me personally, I'm not gonna just ditch a glove because the laces are red, because I've never once had a glove break a lace. I've never popped through like a lace or anything like that. And so for me, as long as they're not literally paper and as long as they work, I'm not gonna complain about it. So for me, I don't care, but I know a lot of people are gonna complain about that. A lot of people are super picky on the laces for some reason. And it's probably because they've had problems with laces in the past. Me personally, I've never had a problem, so it's hard for me to be picky because I feel like as long as it stays together, I'm happy with it. But yeah, as you can see, this is an outfield glove, 12 3/4, and so I've just kind of been breaking it in. I've gotten, a good ways with it. It's still got a lot to do. I've got a lot of breaking to go for it. But you guys, I'm not gonna lie, as of now, this is what I'm going to use next year for softball, which I was not expecting to use this glove in game personally. So I think that kind of says a little bit about the quality of the glove, because I was not having any plans to use it in game. But after getting it and feeling it out, I used to use a Heart of the Hide in high school, and this is reminding me a lot of that. I think I'm going to use it. So if I don't use this, I'm definitely just using a 44. I might get a 44 over the off season. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Overall, it is a high quality glove, and the things that I have a problem with it, nothing is like, there's no one major problem that is just like, nope, this glove stinks. Not even close. Because everything about it is kind of like little picky things. Like, I don't like the bulkiness of the glove. That is just a preference thing. It's tight on the hand. That is something that can be fixed easily. Just once after you're done breaking it in, it's not a problem anymore. The laces, for some people, that's going to be a problem. But other than that, the build and the shape and the actual leather itself, it's all great. Huge thank you to Buckler Sports Inherent, because the glove is awesome. And like I said, I'm just being honest, I wasn't expecting to game it, but it's looking like I might, so that's really cool. Thank you, you guys. That's it.
Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of your time and commitment to me and my channel. Without you guys, I would never make it far. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Please thank you all and have a nice